So the Broncos have kind of openly been talking for a little bit about leaving Mile High for another stadium, right? They were polling fans, asking them, like, how far would you drive? How might this work?
Need bigger, need better. You need to update, right?
Yeah.
Appease the fans. The Curtin Stadium apparently isn't an option, so there are other sites around the Denver metro area. But tonight, we're hearing of a new one, and that's why we bring in 9 News sports guy Chris Tavares. Sources tell Broncos insider Mike Kliss that they're looking south.
Yeah. And
Lone Tree.
Geographically, it kind of makes more sense because that's where the Broncos headquarters are, down in Dove Valley. But this is pretty surprising news that Mike Kliss dropped on all of us on Twitter earlier today. 9 News Sports has learned that Broncos executives and ownership have considered the affluent suburb 15 miles south of Empower Field. That includes having conversations with city officials in recent months. But calls by 9 News to Lone Tree city officials were not returned today, and the Broncos declined to comment. Owner and CEO Greg Penner, team president Damani Leach, and the Broncos have consistently said that they're keeping all options open as they determine the future of their stadium. It's been a methodical approach involving the gathering of information, reviewing stadium possibilities, including visits to other stadiums and surveying fans. Now, Empower Field at Mile High just finished its 24th season. It's undergone multiple upgrades over its lifetime, including a record $100 million in improvements from the Walter Penner Group in 2023. But everybody's always looking for newer and bigger. You look at SoFi Stadium, which is the nicest stadium I've ever been to. That was $1 billion stadium. So the finances are going to be a big thing if we are serious about moving forward and building a new stadium. But at just 24 years old, to me, it feels like a relatively young stadium still, and this seems a bit premature in my estimation.
And they just put $100 million into. I mean, I suppose money's relative when you're that rich. Like, you know, like we paint our house and we're like, we're locked in for 10 years.
We're not moving anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. We just put a fresh coat of paint on the place.
But most people also want it to be here. I mean, the fans say it's got to be in Denver. I mean, that's where we think of it.
I think that's where across the country, where you've seen the most success with stadiums is downtown in the urban core. There's just so much more that goes on. And you look at what happened with Coors Field. It was something that Mike Kliss pointed out in his article on 9news.com, but it kind of revitalized the Lodo area.
100%.
Yeah. And the River Mile project is going to be built out by Ball Arena to connect downtown Lodo to where the Broncos are playing. I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, we know how negotiations work. Like,
yes.
This could be a bluff, this could be a whatever, you never know. Like, it's not like they're definitely leaving, but downtown is moving towards the Broncos Stadium while they're saying, maybe we'll leave.
Owners are always trying to get more money wherever they can, and whenever you're threatening, we might go somewhere else, we might leave downtown Denver and go to Lone Tree, then Denver ponies up a little bit.
Sure.
Well, let's let's talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
And bring it up right as you're going to the playoffs for the first time in many years.
Well, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you do.
Right? All right.
Thanks,
Chris,
Chris.
thank you.
Yeah.